Oh, goodness.
Yay, it says we're live.
Yay! Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. And I'm Betsy McLaughlin, and thank you for joining us today. And we have a special guest, a good friend of mine, Aysegul, and she graciously said yes to coming in to this group to talk about gratitude. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for inviting Betsy. It is really nice chatting with you. And I think it's been 2 years. I have been to your platform before. It was so much fun, I remember. I'm happy that we're doing it again.
Yay. So um when you think about gratitude,
Yeah.
what what is that? What is that for you? What does it
Gratitude is literally and actually a part of my daily life.
Mhm.
And just yesterday, I was noticing how different that is compared to so many people. I didn't get that that was a gift I keep choosing. For me, gratitude is a creative element of life, but it's natural. I mean, it's a choice, of course. If you learned complaining and looking at the problems or your life, maybe then you have to develop that muscle. But innately from childhood, I have a deep appreciation of beauty, nature, and feeling gratitude. I cry even. I remember myself crying at 7 years old how beautiful nature was, that it was
Mm.
so overwhelming that gratitude came out as tears. Mm, God bless.
Thank you.
For me, gratitude is an enthusiasm of life. That's how I
Mm.
combine it with, there is also innately, I have a great enthusiasm for life. I see it as a big, great adventure with all its ups and downs, and gratitude is a huge part of it.
Mm.
Um,
You said that so beautifully, and it really for me as well. And I definitely was not always in a space of gratitude in my life, and there was a long period of time where I was more focused on all the wrong things and the things I wasn't good at and the judgment and all of that. And kind of woke up one day and it's like, you know what? I'm done with that. It's like, no more. And because that was just making me more and more depressed
yeah.
and bitter and angry and all the things. And it's like, this has got to change. Um,
Hmm.
and it was, over a period of time. And like you said, it's a muscle that you develop and it gets stronger and stronger over time.
Hmm.
And I'm so grateful for the the
Hmm.
beauty and the gift that gratitude is. And you mentioned like that you have such a love for nature, and
Hmm.
Gal she's got this great ability to capture pictures that when I see some of the nature pictures that you post, I'm like, oh, my whole body just relaxes. And so I'm very grateful that you share that gift that you have with
Thank
us.
you. Thank you. You know, when it's a part of your life, you don't notice that it's different or a gift. Through Access Consciousness tools, of course, I also develop my gratitude for everything else, even the shitty things, because
Yeah.
when we have judgments, as you know, judgments, projections, expectations, separations, and about things, about people, what we have as a point of view as right and wrong, then your gratitude or appreciation also goes alongside. Okay, if it goes the way I want, then I feel the gratitude. If it doesn't go the way I want, then I don't feel the gratitude. But what if in every moment you can be present without a judgment, without a point of view, and still feel gratitude? That you are aware that someone is being an asshole, let's say, you're aware of it. You don't have to play the game, you don't have to say yes to whatever they are doing, but you are aware You have gratitude for your awareness without any judgment, and you choose what you want to choose, but you're not at the effect of others or any
Mm,
other thing.
I love
That
that.
Yeah.
Love that. So when like, how do you practice having gratitude when, as you said, like when the shitty things happen? What do you do there? Share some tips with us.
You know what I do? If, let's say, I get triggered with someone's behavior, because we make it about ourselves when that gets triggered, when we have a resistance or reaction. Now, practicing the tool so many years, I realize that, oh, okay, it's either a bought point of view that doesn't really belong to me, or it's an
Mhm,
energy that doesn't belong to me. So I ask, truth, what is going on here? It's interesting point of view. I have this point of view that this person is annoying. Interesting point of view.
ah,
Or, interesting point of view. They have this point of view
uh,
that they are manipulating me. Just make it an interesting point of view, and then lower my walls and barriers. Because when something shitty happens or someone behaves the way that you don't want them to, you have the walls and barriers come up
mhm.
instantaneously. Lower your walls and barriers and let them be whoever they want to be. And what if you didn't have a point of view about it? It's their choice. Nothing has nothing to do with you. Then interesting point of view makes me grateful that I can be in that situation and it's okay.
Mhm. Wow. And that's also having gratitude for yourself, and like
Yeah.
having your own back there,
Yeah.
and not jumping into the deep end of whatever that person is choosing. And
Yeah.
even if you do jump into the deep end, because I certainly can still do that.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, oh wait, what am I doing here? I'm gonna get out of this deep end. And
Hmm.
and then that's where those wonderful, like, tools of gratitude for even having the awareness that I jumped in the deep end, and like,
Hmm.
oops, and then, like you shared, having no point of view about anything I might have chosen,
Hmm.
being like, oh, that was an interesting choice. How did that work for you? Oh, not so good. Okay, well, what would you like to choose now? Right. And
Yeah.
when you can be that space for yourself, and hello, everybody who's saying hi, when you
I
can be that space for yourself, truly, that's such a gift.
Exactly, exactly. Then you know that, in the saying, like, you can weather any storm. Not that really, but you can be present in any kind of situation, and
Oh, I love
you
that.
are not at the effect of it. Even if, like you said, you have
I love
been, you forgot your tools, you haven't been yourself. Then okay,
Yeah.
later on, in the evening, oh, okay, where didn't I choose me? Where didn't
Yeah.
I choose gratitude? When you look at it with that energy, you have the ability to transform that.
Oh, that's a great question. Where was I not being me in that situation? And then
Mm-hmm.
what could I choose differently? And, is anything required? Those are
Yeah.
all great questions. And so if somebody is jumping into the judgment poo pile, I've never done it, but I'm just
Yeah.
wondering about this.
Neither
So
did I.
right, if somebody does jump in head first, like complete body, everything is immersed in the judgment poo pile. What tricks do you have for getting and like if you've ever done it, what
You,
tips would you have for getting out of the
let's say,
judgment poo pile?
when I am in that poop pile, right?
Yeah, yeah, huh?
Myself. Okay, I just take a step back, remind myself, okay, if it looks like I really enjoy being in that poop pile, I tell myself, okay, I give you 5 minutes, enjoy the heck out of it. whatever
Uh-huh.
you whatever, because when you know that you're judging and you cannot take yourself out of it, you start, at the background, automatically it starts like you're judging yourself for judging, so it
Mhm.
multiplies the judgment effect. But when you are in allowance, Well, when you are lower your walls and barriers towards you and allow yourself to go from that shit pile and just enjoy the fuck out of it. Let's say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Okay, now I'm done. What can I choose different? And
Yeah.
if there is anything to be, interesting point of view, I use the energy. Or there may be things that you are aware of. What is the lie here, spoken or
Mhm.
unspoken? If that energy is something present there, it may be that we got triggered with it. There are so many different
Yeah.
tools. And what was this about? Who does this belong to? Or who am I being in that moment?
Yeah.
Ooh,
But
my mom reacted that way, whenever shit happened. Ooh, I'm being my mom. Okay, return to sender. A lot of tools that we can use.
I love that. And, it's there's so many times where we don't allow ourselves to indulge in these things that come up or these feelings, and then we spend so much time fighting it, and then like
Yeah.
you just said, like what if you actually allowed yourself to just immerse in it, like okay, I'm choosing this, what if I just choose it all the way and stop fighting it? And then I had one example that is coming up to mind. I had a day and I knew that I was choosing it, and I was grumpy and all the things, and I just said to my husband, I'm like, "This is just a day. I'll be better tomorrow." And because I looked at it and I said, I knew I could choose a lot of different things, and the thing that I was choosing was this was just going to be a day, and I'll be better tomorrow. And I was, and it was like actually giving myself permission that I didn't
Yeah.
have to solve the problem and be my normal self right away. It was just like, oh, and I could choose, so maybe I'll choose it to change it in a little bit, but right now I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling
Yeah.
like changing it.
Yeah.
And then like that's okay. And even the acknowledgement of that's
Hmm.
what I was choosing in that time, that actually gave me a lot of freedom instead
Yeah.
of like running away from it and trying to pretend that everything was okay when it wasn't, and I was in a crunchy space,
Hmm.
and I didn't want to be facilitated. I didn't want to facilitate myself. I just wanted to be in it, which is
Hmm.
very rare that I'm that
Hmm.
space anymore, but it was like, okay. And
Yeah.
so I gave myself that freedom. All right, I'm just
Oh,
reading a
okay.
couple of the comments here. So we've got somebody saying struggling with self-judgment lately. Somebody else saying knowing better and doing what creates greater seems to often be far apart lately. Okay.
Mm.
So what would you like to say for that, Esigal?
Can you read the last part? I'm sorry, I was just trying to connect to the comments too.
Yeah, it says knowing better and doing what creates greater seems to
Ah,
often be
okay.
far apart lately.
Okay, what I would say to that, when you say just that knowing better has it energy there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You judge yourself with knowing better, but not having done what you knew was better. So this becomes your right and wrong process almost.
yeah,
When you think you know that you know better, the examples that Betsy and I gave is actually, yeah, we knew better in that situation, but we just allow. And when you know that there is something better, whatever that
yeah,
better judgment is,
yeah,
okay, you may not be able to choose it at that moment. What if you just allowed yourself? And each moment, every 10 seconds is a new choice. That's one of the 10 keys of access, freedom in access consciousness that we talked about. We
mhm,
cannot be ease, joy. When we say ease, joy, and glory, some people think that it has to be all roses and
yeah,
smile and laughter and everything will be going smooth. No, there will be some bumps along the road. What if you are not the one judging that? Yes, you know something better, but you're not able to react in that
Yeah,
way in that moment. What if instead of that, you would be an allowance of yourself
yeah,
and not judge yourself? And after that
beautiful.
steam of the moment is gone, okay, what was I being there? Who was I being there? Interesting point of view. I had that point of view. Interesting point of view. I know something better, but I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Interesting point of view. I have that point of view.
Yeah, and, that is, like, we spend so much time judging ourselves, like, it's so innate, in most of
Yeah.
us, like, judgment you
Yeah.
just go from judgment to judgment to judgment to judgment to judgment, and then when you ask to change these things, and then they come up, like, they'll be right here in your face, and then you might be trying to, like, dodge around them because you don't want to deal with it, and yet you've been asking for it, then that's
Mm-hmm.
even in that situation, you can say, what could I be grateful for here?
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
sometimes there's like, I cannot think of a thing that I would be
Yeah.
grateful for here. And so then
Mhm.
even you don't have to have an answer to the question
Mhm.
that you ask either, which is wonderful. But what could
Yeah.
you be grateful for with, like, knowing better, what you
Mhm.
said, knowing better and doing what creates greater,
Mhm.
what could you be grateful for there? And where could you choose something different,
Mhm.
right? And
And
then
how, yeah, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, honey. Go ahead.
And how many definitions, conclusions, decisions, judgments, and separations do you have about knowing better and doing what creates greater?
Mm,
We have
great
that, but
question.
even that we use it sometimes, that awareness, we use it against ourselves as a judgment.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, it's an
We do. So
autopilot.
so then unfortunately, I can't see who it is. It just says Facebook user. So,
Uh-huh.
but it says that I've been asking for this change and it is in my face. Yep. So what
Mhm.
if you have gratitude that the change you've been asking for is showing up, and be even grateful for the uncomfortableness of it, and
Mhm.
be grateful for the adventure of life and all the ups and downs, the sideways, the beauty, all of it. And when you
Mhm.
have that as your kind of as your I don't know how to exactly say this, but like as your baseline, if your
Mhm.
baseline is gratitude versus judgment, that's
Yeah.
where it opens up so many other doors of possibility.
Mhm.
And there's somebody else's, so how to stop judging yourself? Well, you
Mhm.
make that make that ask of you, and I was like, all right, what will it take to stop judging myself?
Mhm.
And just start asking.
It's interesting. This reality also shows us to fix
Mhm.
things, right? And
Yep.
to fix things, you have to focus on the problem, and thus
Yeah.
you judge yourself.
Yep.
There is something wrong with me. This and this is not working. So I start with judging myself to fix the problem. Wherever
Mhm.
you have learned that, will you please destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes, please, please, please,
We
please.
all do it. And it's not, one let's say magic wand that you will
Yeah.
change it instantaneously, but step by step, let go of judgment, with every choice. It's a journey of life. About
Mhm.
judgment, years ago, I have been to a 7-day event. Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane here, the founder and co-creator of Access Consciousness, were facilitating in Costa Rica. First time I realized how judgment was a killer, especially the positive judgments. Negative is easier to realize, but with
Mhm.
positive, you're so stick to the, oh, I'm right. So this is correct, this is right. So you blind yourself. And in that 7-day event, I made it a demand of myself that this lifetime, I'm not so aggressive. This lifetime, my aim is to finish and destroy and uncreate all of my judgments. Not
Mm,
today, not in an instant, but every moment, something gets less, something changes, and a new space opens up.
that's wonderful. And if you all are familiar with the access consciousness clearing statement, when Asiel said a little earlier, like,
Yeah.
destroy and uncreate it, and then you can run the clearing statement. And you can get more information at www.theclearingstatement.com.
Right.
And it can be a huge contribution, as well as there's wonderful body processes that
Hmm.
help release things that you don't even realize are stuck in your body. There's the access bars, which is like light
Yeah.
touching on all these different points on your head. So you could try, if you're curious, you could look for a practitioner or a facilitator near you to have a session. And I tell you, that's been such a huge
Mm.
contribution to me, and the change that I've been asking for.
Yeah.
And when I get really grumpy, I'll get my bars. They say the thing is get your bars run, and then like it's just everything becomes so much easier. So um, we're just really fortunate and grateful that we found that
Yes.
these things that work, and it's a huge toolbox, treasure chest of all these things that you can pull
Hmm.
out and play with. And there's no one thing for any one situation. it's
Yeah.
it's really like looking at things and being willing to ask questions, being willing to have these uncomfortable things
Hmm.
show up, and then you can change them.
Yeah.
Let's see, there's something else here. I can get myself into a beyond that's beyond the beyond.
Hmm.
And what if that's actually a lot of space?
Yeah.
What if that's not a wrongness? And then that's where, you can ask your body to show you everywhere you're judging yourself, everywhere you're stopping yourself by making yourself wrong. And then as the things come up, what works for you? It could be a walk in nature. It could
Yeah.
be a nap. It could be a funny movie, calling a friend, but not having the friend like commiserate with you, but like, all right, I need to change this energy.
Hmm.
Right, and tons of different things. So it might not be anything to do with access consciousness. It may be. We're here just to share some things that have
Yeah.
worked for us and to talk about gratitude. But, you choose what works for you. And if you choose something and it doesn't work, what do? Asigal?
If it doesn't work, I have learned that it doesn't work. So I really feel grateful for the experience. That's my point of view with everything, actually. Oh, okay. I had the wrong idea that it was going to work. I learned something. So next time I really choose more aware, more conscious. If I choose this, what will my life be like in 5 years? If I don't choose this, what will my life be in 5 years? There has been a lot of choices, even though I asked that question that didn't work. But I realized that with the choice, there was an expectation. Thus, it didn't work, or there was a point of view. And I
Aha.
wanted to have it right.
Yeah,
So, you realize you get aware of everything when you make a choice. As long
that is
as you
true.
choose, there is no right or wrong choice. Every choice brings awareness, either that you had a point of view that didn't work for you anymore, or that choice, you were maybe obsessed about it, you wanted to do it, you now know that it doesn't work for you. That's all. What if you
So
look at
true.
it as an experience, as a learning, as being aware? It's just a part of the adventure of life, that enthusiasm.
Mhm.
And I'm
That's
grateful.
beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So what if we all can choose today to
Yeah,
have more gratitude for ourselves, for our bodies, for our choices, for all of it? What How much more gratitude could we infuse in our day? Oh,
beautiful.
yummy, 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 yummy.
Beautiful. And maybe,
Um, one more question in here. How do we
yeah.
increase joy?
Hmm. What, there is no one recipe. Use the tools. The more you choose you, what is true for you, the joy in your life gets greater and greater every day. What if in
Yeah,
every situation you looked at it, you started looking at it, when we have speaking about the poop hole sometimes we find ourselves in. What if you ask yourself in every situation, what is the gift here that I'm not
yeah,
aware of?
yeah,
And that turns the situation into being the wrong or negative one into oh,
yeah,
okay, there's a gift in this. And then
yeah,
you're aware of the gift. And then that changes the energy of the situation. And the more joy opens up. Joy is also a choice.
yeah.
Gratitude
Yeah,
is
I
a
was gonna say, like, how much more joy can I choose today? Like,
yeah,
how can my gratitude and joy and ease with my life be greater today than it ever has been so far? And you just keep asking those kinds of questions
yeah,
and then have gratitude for what shows up and enjoy the ride. You
exactly.
don't know where it's gonna go, and, like, just how much fun can we have in our lives? And like exploring these topics and these tools and with these amazing friends that I am so grateful to know around the world. And
Yeah.
thank you for coming on, and thank you all for your questions. Like, this 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 group is for you all, and for us all to explore how much more gratitude can we have in our daily lives. Oh, you're
Exactly.
so welcome. I said it was
Oh,
awesome. Thank you. Thank you for coming on today with me and
you
playing. Um, and what question would you like to leave everybody with today?
just one comment, and after that, let me see the energy of the question. Just
Awesome.
one more comment. Like, the more gratitude you have in your life, it works like a magnet. You don't do it intentionally with an expectation that it will happen, but the
True.
nature of it attracts more things into your life to be grateful for. So, whatever is not allowing gratitude to be a big part of your life, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? First of all, right
Yes.
and wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all night, short boys, poets, and meals. And what will it take to have more gratitude for you, for your body, and for your life?
Yes. What will it take? And we can't wait to hear how it goes for you.
Yeah,
Thank you all
thank
for
you.
being here with us and listening later. We're very, very grateful. And Esigal, you're such a gift in my life. And thank you for
Thank
being
you.
a gift
You
to so
too.
many
Thank
people.
thank you.
All right, everybody, take care.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.